You know what time it is when you hear them horns, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome you to the Corner Convo. Episode 40. Damn, where the time go. I'll be your host for the evening, afternoon, or morning. Whatever part of the world that you are in. It's the Corner Convo. Let's get it popping. You understand me? We here for a reason, not for a season. Let's go.
Like thousands of others across the country. It's the place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change.
Funk is in the bag, and the bag is the bass, and the bass never change. It's a groove. As soon as you hear that groove, I know I got you.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy AMON. Say what you want, just spell my name right. Let me go ahead and introduce myself for everybody who doesn't know.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
None of that's true.
I don't know about y'all, man. That just never gets old for me, man. I'm sorry. You know, that's my shit.
True.
Let me go ahead and give
the mic up, man.
Or the music down, one or two.
Music down.
Let me go ahead and give a warm welcome to the #1 draft pick. He's putting up all kind of stats this year.
You got to do certain shit. It's just enough that people know that you know I go where I need to go to get it done. If you push my button, there's no telling what I may do. Stab you, choke you, bite you. I mean, whatever it takes to make a motherfucker stop existing.
Period. Next up, let me turn this all the way down. Let me turn this all the way down. Let me just turn it off for you. We gotta do something different.
I'm an African genius. So from now on, you will refer to me as the African genius.
And last but not least, you know we got to do things special for these people, man. They love that. Let me give a big shout out to my boy, my guy, the most hated, often imitated, brother Dion.
You better go somewhere with that black power shit. You better go somewhere with that. You better go somewhere with that black power shit.
What you need.
You better go somewhere with that.
To give you more.
You better go somewhere with that black power shit. You know that shit gets no.
Yeah. Fair enough. We're good.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that, sir. The full orchestra. And Dion, I saw you counting time, man. Let me just be real clear here, sir. You don't rush the king, man. The king, you gotta you need time for the ladies to lay the rose petals down. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't walking unless it's rose petals. You feel me?
You mean don't rush the genius? I gave you the genius, but I'm still the king. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's true. All right. I give you that. That's fair. That's fair
enough.
Nice backdrop there, McKinday. Where are you? Doesn't look like you're here.
No, I'm definitely not there, buddy. Here, let me give you a little taste.
My man.
Pause.
Wow.
Pause. Already. We ain't even got started yet.
Holy shit.
It looks good. It looks good,
That's
man.
beautiful.
We Miami Beach in that thing right now. You know what I mean?
He is the only teacher in the world that went on spring break before his kids. Boy,
Hey,
you be on it.
real shit. Hey, that's a whole 100% fact, Joe. Yesterday, I got an advisory, right? I got 32 shorties that I advise on their grades or whatever like that, right? So It was at 11 o'clock. I was out here on the beach, bro. I was like, look, I'm trying to inspire you young boys. You understand what I'm talking about? Like, if y'all get y'all work done, you could do your work from wherever, like the kid. You feel me? I was literally standing on the beach with the ocean, doing all the background. Like, all right, now go do your homework, son.
That's hilarious, man.
That boy feeling himself pimping Ken in the building. I see you.
Hey, but to be 100, bro, like I'm telling you, Joe, it's true. Like they was looking like them shorties was in the chats like, yo, he wildin', Joe. He do whatever he want. I'm like, yeah, because I'm good at what I do and I do it well and I do it on time. So step up to the game and you ain't never got to be last. You feel me?
No, that boy's he's podding now.
That boy early. He's early with it. Fuck it, man. I see what we're doing today. Yeah, I see what we're doing today. Dion, let me start with you, brother. How was your week?
Week 2, 2-0.
Okay.
Y'all saw it. Dylan
Yo,
had
that
a
run
great
was
game again.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that run was insane.
It was insane. I was surprised my damn self in the stands. Like, whoa, that's some Vic-esque stuff. But, I was just working out with the guys just now in the park. Sent them to the store. I made them walk because I think I was talking to mine yesterday. Steph decided to go drop some of the stemmy and took these hungry motherfuckers to Hooters. I was like, you could have got some $5 bags from Wendy's.
Facts.
She took them to Hooters, and I got to teach these dudes every time. They understand like the word thank you goes a long way. She tried to, protect them, but I always tell them I don't care what y'all doing, how happy you are about the win. Never forget to just simply say thank you. So I sent them to Walgreens to do the deed.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Do the deed.
AB, what was your week, brother?
It was all good, man. Just work, nothing else. Anytime I can pull a Eddie Robinson on the city of Chicago, that means go to work, not do work, and get paid, get the bag. I'm good, man.
Man, do you know who Eddie Robinson is?
That is the guy that used to play for the Bulls, if that's what we're talking about, right?
Okay.
With the trash braids. Yeah, he could jump out the gym.
They were that's all he had
over his ears.
You know what I'm saying? And
I'm looking at
got the politics with some lame tech OGs, man. That's for another day, another story. It was
very much so another day.
So it was cool. It was cool, man.
I just saw that picture this morning. I'm like, y'all just ain't tired of COVID, huh? Y'all just face cheek to cheek.
As he is down in Miami of all places.
I'm on the beach. This is safe.
COVID.
This is safe.
Over to the water.
Let me ask you,
basement.
Before we get into it, do y'all want to jump into the guest now?
Is she there?
Yeah, she's here.
4:00.
No. Well, I mean, unless you want to do one more quick hit, I want to honor her time. It's the middle of the day Saturday, man. That's a hard time to ask somebody.
No.
We did last week, right?
We just gonna go because then we can
let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead and introduce our guest this week, man, for Women's Month.
All right, man. This sister is not like somebody I know very well. We met once. She was honored as one of the 40 under 40 most influential business women in Chicago. She recently did a TEDx talk for her business, man. Her game is no joke, man. Her energy is definitely not to be, challenged. Her name is Serita Love, and she runs a company called Success Junkie. So let's just go ahead and get it started, man. Let's bring on Serita.
Let's go, Serita. Let's go.
Ladies first, ladies first. Ladies first, ladies first. Ladies first, ladies first. Ladies first, ladies first.
And she's so fucking feminine and ladylike. She's such a fucking lady. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that. What's up, young lady?
What's going on?
Okay, then.
I know you.
You too. How are you, Mr. Phillips?
How are you, love? How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me today. Hey, gentlemen.
Hello, how are you?
How are you? So you got Dion is the dude who looks like, he's smelling something that don't really fit with him very well in the beard. And then you got Abasi who looked like he's looking to lift the house. With his 2 pinky fingers. And obviously, I'm McKinley. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much. I know this is a tough time in the middle of the weather starting to break. You got family, you got stuff to do. It's a Saturday, but I thank you so much for taking the time out, first and foremost.
Thank you for having me. It's so crazy right now, man. But when you call, I answer. So you already know.
Don't be making people think that's a real thing.
I mean,
I appreciate that. Hey, let me get my flowers while I'm alive.
Hello, let's talk about it.
So real quick, just off back, 2 things real quick. So where are you from originally? And Chicago's a big, what high school you went to type of town. So are you originally from Chicago? And if you are, then what high school you go to? And then the second part after that is, well, go ahead. Let's go there first.
Yeah. So I'm from proud Inglewoodian. I'm 60636. I was born and raised in Inglewood. But then I lived all over. I went to Lane Tech for 1 year. 1 year.
Lane Tech.
And I graduated from Bogan. I graduated from Bogan.
How you go from Lane to Bogan?
Time. Flag on the play, yo. How is it that I booked this like 3-4 days ago? And neither of these two lane tech, neither you done told me that. I would have definitely not. I mean, I love you, but I would have not had you on this show.
I'm not telling you shit.
We have too many lane tech people on this show. I definitely was trying to get out.
Oh boy.
You gotta be kidding me.
For life though. Like I love lane tech. Like I just had to move.
That's not a thing.
I had to move. I started there and I have a lot of men in my family. So that commute was treacherous. I was coming from 79th Street all the way to Lane Tech, and they were like, we don't care how well she's doing at this school. She needs to come to this side of town. So I came to Bogan, and it actually turned out to be great for me as far as my trajectory in leadership. So no regrets, but mad love to Lane Tech Indians. I still got my gym shorts. So it's
Norman's trash.
That's what's happening.
So bad. It's so bad. All right, and then second question, just real quick. So like, just go ahead and explain to the people what you do. I tried actually, then I realized like it's very difficult because you got your hands in every pot. Like, I don't know how you do it.
That's what happens when you are a success junkie.
Stop, man.
Joe,
I thought you were going to say that's what happens during Africa.
Yeah. I thought was going to.
When I was reading up on the dog, I just started calling her the fixer. She's the fixer, bro.
Yeah.
So let's get it from
I'm the
you.
secret weapon behind a lot of your favorite entrepreneurs. Chicagoland area, Atlanta, New York, and a sprinkle of other cities. Even more over to the West Coast. But in short, my background comes from the communication space. So that's where I started. I kind of regret not going into broadcasting because now I'm being sought after a lot to speak way more than I'm accustomed to, which is something I love. But I'll tell you like this, guerrilla marketing. How many of you guys are familiar with guerrilla marketing? So So I kind of eased into the integrated marketing communication space. That's where you just take promotions, advertising, all forms of marketing and sales strategies and put it all together for big corporate campaigns. So I started in corporate and then went back to school for grad school, graduated from DePaul. So I went to DePaul, got a communications and psychology degree. Then I paused for a second, went to Roosevelt, dropped out because I was chasing a dream opportunity that had no compensation to match. I just, sometimes you chase the title and then you like this, what you mean they got a budget? So I had dropped out and I learned about personal branding. So I learned that you could package yourself to be profitable. So what people come to me for is to increase their brand awareness, heighten their visibility, and ultimately boost their revenue.
That's really interesting.
So I'm a strategist. I tell people what to do all week.
we have this very interesting group of professionals that are looking for many of those services. And I wonder if they have is there like an alumni discount? Or no, I'm just playing.
There's a success junkie discount. Yeah, but you know what? I literally have a waiting list right now. It's kind of crazy. I got to figure out, I have a team. And when I say team, I'm saying it in the sense of they're not employees, but they're contracted. So it's just a lot of people pay me to just get things done. So I love, a few of you said fixer, because some people just like, I want you to do it. I want your people. I want this. And I'm like, wow. And I think that's just, maybe my personality precedes me. Because if you ever meet me in person, I'm all smiles, high energy. I never ask who a person is. I never ask people like what they do. I ask them who they are. And I think that catches a lot of people off guard. Like really think about that. If you met someone right now and they're like, man, so who is King? Because I see King, the name King over there. Like if someone asks you who you are versus what you do, the response is not the same. It's not. So I just help people package that.
Can we do a little practice round with the King?
Oh no!
It's just for fun. I would love to see this play out. There's some comedy here. I need to.
King, you ready? King, you showed me love when I said I was from Inglewood. So where you from, King?
Go ahead. You ready?
Yeah. So what's your whole name?
My name is Dion Williams, aka the King, which I'm still gonna be. You know what I mean?
I love it. So Dion, it's really nice to meet you. Who is Dion Williams?
Dion Williams, I'll just give it to you just for the corner's sake. Dion Williams is the whole fucking show. If that makes you know what I'm saying? The whole fucking show.
Well, okay. Now check this out.
No, I'm just joking. I always do that to see their reaction, but I'm a father, as you can see as they walk in as we speak. I'm a husband. What yes, I cook as well. But yeah, right now I am enjoying myself to do the corner, to give everything that I possibly can to make us successful and hopefully be able to hire someone like you one day.
The #1 podcast in Chicago, just for the fact.
You got to do it with Abasi. Like we can't let Dion get that kind of feature and not give Abasi a feature.
Oh man. All right, Abasi. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently how I do it with clients. Abasi, if you could sum yourself up in 3 adjectives, how would you describe yourself?
Brilliant.
Basic. For real.
Brilliant, basic, and just phenomenal. Really, that's it.
All right, I love that. So the reason. And here's the thing, you guys, with you all having an amazing show, I think I want to challenge you to ask your audiences, like people in your life via text message or Facebook status, ask people to sum you up in 3 adjectives. The answers might surprise you because that currently is what your personal brand is. And that's determining whether this thrives or, it continues to just, coast. And I actually had an opportunity of watching the show a few weeks ago, like at midnight. I'm like, what?
Really?
When Coming to America came out, I think it was
Yeah.
So after Coming to America, and then I was like, oh my God, this is dope. Why didn't I know about it sooner? And I really enjoyed it. It's engaging. It's multifaceted. It's something that's missing. We see the athletes. I love what the athletes are doing right now, where you get to see them beyond hooping and throwing a ball. But we need more of this. So I'm just honored to be. I only have brothers, so this is home for me. Like to be with the fellas, this is home. But no, I just want to give you guys all of your bouquets right now because we need to see all kings. I know King, you the king.
Gratitude.
Yes,
I'm saying
ma'am.
all of the kings today.
So Serita, you had said something very interesting because I think I was talking to Amon earlier this week in a conversation. How important, and you can state this from a person on the outside looking in, how important is it to speak to your audience and get them to give you some pointers or information on what you're doing and how to get better so you're not staying, stagnant on what you're doing?
I think it boils down to speaking to a certain type of person or a certain group of people. There's a certain walk, there's a certain talk, there's a personality. This show isn't for everybody, but who is it for? It's for husbands. It's for brilliant men. It's for entertainers. It's for, I'm gonna call Amon over there. He's like a wild card. Like I've met him before. Like he's like, to me, like a silent killer. You know what I mean? He's like the one on the sideline, this and that. He could be cool because naturally he's magnetic to people, but I don't think he probably always welcomes that. So you have like all of these different layers of Black men in a positive way. Oh my gosh. Like,
Can I say you hired, like, I just want to make it real clear, like in less than 10 minutes, you got every man on this whole situation feel like they're the greatest thing on God's green earth.
No, but here's the crazy part.
Though.
Here's the crazy part. The first time I met her, she had the same energy. I didn't know much.
Oh, same, yeah.
And it was dope. Then I ran into her again in a different type of situation, and it was still love. You know what I mean? How you know what I mean? So the energy is real. I want to say to you, like, where does it come from? What's your why? Like, what is your why?
That's okay. I think Makinde shared with you guys that I completed my TEDx recently as a TEDx speaker. Yep. It releases soon. So we had the public release, but it's not on TED.com or YouTube yet. I think it has to go through licensing. It's a protocol before it goes public forever. And the title of that talk is The Success of Trauma, How Challenges Make Champions. So my personality is the way that it is because I was born on the 4th of July. So I'm the real
Cancers.
short version. The real short version of this, and I highlight this in my TED. My father told me that the fireworks were all for me growing up until I went to school. So I came into this world thinking like, damn, I'm so dope that the whole sky lights up every birthday. Just
That's
for
a good
me.
game right
That's
there.
what he told me.
Talk about that last week.
So I went to school, learned about Independence Day, and I'm like, what you mean? What you mean? It's not about me. And my teacher like, you need to go talk to your daddy. So fast forward, I lost my mom in 93. So I lost my mom when I was 9 years old. Same year Jordan lost his dad. I found out that Michael Jordan's father was actually killed, pronounced dead on July 23rd, which is my favorite number, and it's Jordan's number on his chest. But he wasn't found until August. Wasn't found until about a week and a half later. But I bounced around the Chicagoland area. I lived in several households. So my upbringing was through several lenses. And it took a very long time for me to like truly identify who I am as a person. So I think I'm fueled by for instance, COVID. 2 years ago, I was laid off. I already had Success Junkie. I had products and things like that. You know, people were calling me Success Junkie, but now it's how I sustain myself better than any job I've ever had. In COVID, a person like me thrived tremendously because I thrive under pressure. So I think coming from, literally seeing bullets come out the barrel, I grew up across the street from the park where Derrick Rose was made, Murray Park. I know the Rose family, shout out to D Rose. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. And as a kid, I always thought that there was more to what I saw, but I had no evidence. And I just stood on believing that with no evidence. I was just like, this can't be it. And my family, they used to be like, okay, baby. I was like that special kid where they like, yeah, you're going to make it out good, And I didn't fold. And I'm proud to say that now I'm raising a young king who's 16 years old, who is a scholar.
I got no 16-year-old.
In real life.
Get out of here.
And he has a 4.6 GPA at Lincoln Park.
4.6.
No games.
I thought it stopped at 4.5. Is he going to college classes?
Oh, McKinley, remember the AP, baby? We talked about this villain.
I know about AP, but I thought the highest you could get was 4.5. I didn't know it went. Is it a 5.0 scale?
I thought it was 5.
I have no idea.
No, it's 5. It's 5.
Yeah.
It's 5. Yeah, it's a 5.0. Yeah, because you get that extra half credit for any class.
What school do you go to?
I'm sorry.
Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park.
My nephew just graduated from Lincoln Park.
For AP, he said it's a 5.0 scale.
Yeah.
We already established that.
Yeah.
I was just asking him because he's an AP. I'm sure you never were.
I don't have to.
Trying to be funny.
Hey, 3.5 my entire life, brother. I'm cool with that.
Let the sister talk, man. We're not gonna show out on the corner, man.
I'm listening.
But you know what? I am gonna fast forward because this is a different platform, and I do want to share this message in other spaces. So what I did was I remixed the concept of PTSD. So you all know it as post-traumatic stress disorder. I remixed it to maybe you just need a post-traumatic success do-over. So restart, recalibration, mindset shift, people, changing your entire environment. And sometimes it's not just, I've been through so much. It's so easy to have the excuse for an excuse. But how about you just shift? Yeah. People read good books. They're like, I read the book and I'm not motivated. It's not the motivation that the issue is. I mean, the issue is not motivation. You didn't activate what you learned in the book. That's the problem. But I hope that kind of answers your question. It's just I've experienced so many things that I don't wish on anyone's child or anyone in 2017, this will be the last thing that's very significant for me. Junkie, so Success Junkie. We know junkie, 80s, 70s babies. We know junkie as a negative thing. It's still a negative thing, but I'm known for just remixing everything. So I have a book called The Success High. And think about your first hit when it comes to achievement. So if you just reflect on something you're really proud of to this day, that's the equivalence of a junkie having their first hit of something negative.
This is Amon's right here. This is his first thing that ever was actually successful in any version.
That is true. Thanks to us.
Hey, listen here, man. I keep good people around me, man. So you guys are working on getting fired.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You actually stole my question already because I was gonna say, well, in looking up and doing homework about you and for this podcast, the term success junkie just jumped off the page. And what would you rather be addicted to than success? Probably nothing. That's the thing. But I was also looking at your interviews and some pictures, and like you brought up the smile earlier. The smile is as big as Texas. It's made for freaking TV. It's made for us. So it tells me a story, though. It tells me that you learn to love yourself somehow and somewhere along the way, and that love won't be quelled. That fire won't be quelled by anything. When was that? When did it happen for you? When did you know that you were the shit?
You know what? I'm going to tell you something about the smile. I believe for a long time the smile was it was a cover-up. Okay. It was a cover-up. Like, it's officially real now. I used to be the person, it made me happy to make other people happy, if that makes sense. And now I've flipped that. But it took a lot of, I think, tragedy. For instance, 2017, what I was about to reference was, it was in my hands to decide if my father lived or died. And I don't wish that on anyone. His sister came to visit him at the hospital. He was at the hospital for 3 days. I had known that he was there in the first place. She called, I just get through speaking at an event. It's like 300 people at this event. I'm at the after party. It's Super Bowl Sunday. So it's an after party for an event. I'm watching, what is that? Brady. I'm watching Brady win 2017. So get a call, rush to the hospital. And when I get there, I learned that my father's last words was call Serita. When I get there, he's on life support. It's so much more to it. Like, his lifestyle caught up with him. And within 3 days, they were like, we have no good news for you. There was a tumor inside of him. He was already really frail. No one knew what the tumor was. They said, you're the power of attorney now by default, because he had divorced recently from a woman he was with who was like schizophrenic. That was bizarre. I'm so glad that if the divorce hadn't cleared, I would have had to battle someone who can't make decisions for themselves. So God is good. Fast forward, they did a biopsy, and he was in 4th stage cancer, on top of a lot of other ailments that Black men, like men in general, but especially Black men, like, you'll feel things like, oh, that ain't nothing, this and that. Check on yourself, brothers.
Facts.
Check on yourself. Because my dad, he was just, baby, I'm good. He was in 4th stage cancer and didn't know. Wow. And they're like, we have no good news. We tried to bring him back. We brought him back. It was blood everywhere, this and that. There was no fight. He was gone. We just had him alive on a machine. And whew, I think that was the moment. I think just connecting the dots to something that happened in his life. So this is why I think I'm about to tell y'all the TED Talk in another kind of way. Y'all getting the whole damn talk.
Only on the corner.
Oh my goodness.
Facts.
So my dad lost his mom when he was 10. Remember, I lost mine when I was 9.
Right.
He went to a carnival or an amusement park, and he found some money on one of his rides. He was so geeked up about it. Like, man, I can't wait to get home. Can't wait to tell my mom. He gets home. It's the 3rd or the 4th of July. His mother isn't home because she's at the hospital. What happened was she had surgery, and they left the sponge inside of my grandmother, and she died of gangrene. So every 4th of July, my father was traumatized, and then I was born on the 4th of July.
Wow.
Yeah, you're a whole spiritual entity.
Man, listen, that cancer shit is real.
Yeah, on all forms, not just cancer as an astrological sign, but yeah.
Well, my dad was a cancer, though. Shameless plug.
You just showed a bunch of strength telling that story of what you've been through in life. For real, that's dope.
Yeah, that's real. That's super real, and it's super motivational. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling them before we brought you on, like, you know, I teach high school, and I have a group of 30 young men that I mentor, you know, from their freshman year to their senior year, right? And I was out here on the beach, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, people thought I was joking when I was like professional development, like working from home type of stuff. And I was like, no, I was literally showing these shorties like, yo, if you do your work and you do it well and you do it on time, you can do it wherever you want because you can be that code, right? Anyway, that's a shameless plug for how gangster you got to be.
Funny you say that. Funny you say that.
Shut up, Dion. But but one of the questions that we've been asking everybody that we bring on as a guest, right? Is if you had to say, like, what is your Mount Rushmore of women? And, you know, you can take it whatever direction you want. The two directions that we had generally focused on was, like, you know, of all time, like, you know, dead or alive, or Chicago. But you can take it in whatever direction you want. If you had to have a Mount Rushmore of women, who would your 4 be?
Yeah, so that's tough. That's tough to narrow down to 4. But I had to think about who I am, and this being Women's History Month. And even though it's not Black History Month, I'm a Black woman. So I did want my Mount Rushmore to look like me and be parts of who I am as a woman. So I boiled it down to Michelle Obama, because I believe
she's
that
been on everybody's
yeah.
list.
And, I mean, she's a Chicago
She the
girl
goat.
from the South
She
Side.
the
It's
goat.
only right.
She the
right?
goat. She the goat. I love it. I love it. She the goat.
I don't know if any others have said that, but I firmly believe that she was our actual first Black president of the United States. But
that's a whole different conversation.
Her own husband.
A whole different conversation. No, I'm with you. I'm with
It
you.
is.
If you read the books, if you read their books, they make that kind of clear.
Yeah, so that's definitely Michelle Obama. Stacey Abrams, no question. If you haven't seen Stacey Abrams' TED Talk, or you don't like truly know this woman's story, that she will be governor. That's coming. I can't wait
That's
to
the
see
sister
that
from
day.
Atlanta, right? That got that drove the vote for Black people so that we could actually win Georgia, correct?
Yeah, she has her story's cold. Her story's cold, and I love to be able to watch it from the front row. Madam C.J. Walker, because I am a full-time entrepreneur now, and there was so much more to her as a philanthropist, a social activist, all of these different things, and I'm all encompassing. So I think her, and then 7 for encompassing.
That's about 5.
And last but not least, I have someone you do not know, but tune in. Her name is Glory Bond, Glori. She happens to be my best friend, and she is assistant state's attorney here in Chicago. She's making major history. She's in a position right now that normally takes about a decade before you even consider for the role. And she's only been ASA for 3 years.
Glory Bond.
I approve this.
Glory Bond. Get used to her.
Yeah, if you don't know, so Bossy is also one of Chicago's finest, and I mean finest, not in the the sarcastic way.
I do look good though.
You look
I
good,
definitely don't mean it like that. I was saying like
beard game,
as a
beard game.
professional.
Look, McKenna, you know how I feel about beards.
This is beard game, Serita, not that stuff.
Look here, stay over there in that box up there, brother.
I am. And so is this beard, nice and crisp.
King, I'm gonna send you a chat. I got you.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
You better be. Steps right there to the left.
To the left.
I'm kidding.
What were you saying though?
McKenna, I think he was completing a thought.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. Like, I mean, I guess I'll ask one more question.
He was saying that Abasi is Chicago's finest.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Glory Bond. Please get used to it.
I'm sure he'll know.
She's a beast.
He'll know her.
Yeah.
She has to have. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bossy.
I was just gonna say if she's assistant state's attorney, she's got to have some thick skin, because my colleagues who I really don't rock with, they're tough.
Yeah.
I always say fuck 12. Y'all don't have to echo that message. I say fuck 12, but I am 12. Okay. But the way they come after Kim Fox, I'm like, dude, y'all got to relax. So anybody in her office that works with her, man, they got to have some thick skin. I applaud the job they do, because they aren't going about crime and punishment the traditional way. They're going about it in a way that makes sense, that kind of give the urban Black community, you know what I'm saying, second chances, man, that we've been deserving for a while. You know, other races get it. Why can't we have it? Why we got to get the book thrown at us every time?
So that's why I had to do that name drop. I'm really proud of her. I'm honored to know her. We've known each other almost like shy of 20 years, and
that's dope.
She's a beast. Get used to her.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm a fan already. I'm definitely a fan already. There you go.
I know we've already taken too much of your family time as it is on a Saturday, but
I had to hurt my son today, y'all, man.
I was about to ask. See, that's what I was ask. That's the question. That's the question I was about to ask.
What do you do?
Wait. That's the question I'm about to ask. That's the question I'm about to ask, which is exactly that. As the mother of a young Black man who is coming into the world, knowing what you know about the world, knowing what you know about Black men in the world, knowing like your history with your father, all of that, right? Your brothers, the whole nine. What is that struggle for you? Like, what is that struggle? And what's the glory too? Like, I don't want to focus it just on the negative, like it's all like a tough life. Like, what is the struggle? What's the difficult / greatest part about being a mother of a young Black man?
Oh my God. So first and foremost, I want to shout out his father, because I co-parent. I am not a single mother. I'm a mother that happens to be single. I gotta say that. Because it was what happened earlier today. He was with me, but his dad was on the phone. His dad, I was like, in this call, I'm gonna handle this, and then he'll be with you in a moment. You can finish. But we're on the same page. I'm big on communicating. I'm big on respecting our men. That don't mean that his father and I, everything was roses and daffodils. We've had our times, but I want to give credit to the man who helps me mold this young man, because it's not easy. And for single moms who successfully do that with Black young men, I salute you. I need the men that I have in my life to raise my son. And he's not even a difficult kid. So I did want to put that disclaimer out. My greatest fear is him, his own naivete. I think he would be really just oblivious to his reality based on being smart. Yeah, you're smart, but you still got a real tan. Like he's many shades browner than I am. And I think because he grows up in this upward, I'm in Bronzeville, but his school is in Lincoln Park. All he's seen is diversity.
I call that Black privilege. Like I went to school down the street from Lincoln Park. I went to Newberry, and I was supposed to go to Lincoln Park. Yes. So I know about the land, everything. Trust me, I get it.
Yes.
Right now.
So that's
what's the name of that neighborhood? No, sorry, it's an inside joke. Sorry.
But my greatest fear is it kind of reminds me of something that was in the news recently. It was a young Black male who was a student of NYU, and the police stopped him, and they asked him for his ID. He showed his ID. He had his headphones on. And it was just so crazy because he thinking he could walk on about his business. They're like, no, stop. And he I didn't do anything. Yeah. I feel like that's my son. Like I'm teaching him everything, but because he hasn't seen what I've seen, that's my greatest fear. But my greatest hope or joy is the fact that he epitomizes what's possible. Both of his parents are from the gutter. We both grew up 2 blocks away from one another on Inglewood. He is like my childhood crush turned, oh boy, what is this? But for us to be a product of the same dirt and that's to be the outcome, I think his future is blindingly bright, and I'm here to support it all. And it's just scary to know I can't protect him, because he has to go out here one day, and he's not going to be on the leash, and that's my greatest fear.
What's your favorite part? Your favorite part? What's my
favorite part is in his leadership. I think he's always been very influential. He's always been the one, when he speaks, people listen, boys, girls, white, Black. Once he recognizes his power in a positive, impactful way, I don't think anything can stop Mr. Anais. Let me shout out my baby's name.
That's a dope name. Where you get that name from?
It starts with an A.
Greek mythology.
Okay.
His father's name is Antonius. You guys may know him from the Hoop in Space. I'm not sure, but it's the beginning and the end of his father's name. So his father already had a junior.
Antonius. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, where did he hoop at, Serita?
Nothing major. He just used to be in the what is that called? What is the not semi-pro? What's the league?
G-League.
CBA, overseas.
AAU.
AAU. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably killed him. Don't worry about that.
Oh, buddy, here we go.
Well, a lot of people call him Smooth. So Smooth.
What you just described with your son is kind of the epitome of the gift and the curse, because of what you guys have gifted him with y'all success coming up, your success coming up, and your husband's co-parenting. Because a lot of kids don't have the benefit of having, more than we think, but a lot of kids don't have the benefit of having both parents, so they grow up kind of in a bubble, kind of protected. So it is kind of intimidating when they get to see the world, and you think about them in the world because you know the world,
Yeah.
But it's a curse at the same time because of that very same thing, but he'll be all right. Y'all got
it. For the record, we so we're not together. We're married. We co-parent.
Okay.
So yeah,
you making that real, Cliff, for some reason.
I have to. Yeah.
Good job.
Mandatory. But no, when he got a certain age, he actually spends more time with his dad now.
As he should. And we talked about that last week.
last week.
Yeah.
Good.
That's important.
I didn't get it at first, and then I was like, "Yeah, brother, that's all you."
It's time. It is time.
You know what? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. It just shows me the character of you, right?
She's the dopest, bro.
You've given up a lot of credit, and you haven't even really talked about yourself. Everything has been about, okay, no, I did this for this because greater purpose. I think if you keep that same energy, man, I'm talking about sky's the limit, because it's hard to do it. I know it's hard, right? But a woman doesn't want to give up control of their son. That's their only one. I mean,
yeah, that's my only.
Yeah, you talked about earlier, you're a people pleaser. This is what you get joy out of that. And then you say you flipped it, and that's some cancer shit, because I understand that, right? I super understand.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
No, but I just really see your glow. I do. I honestly do, and this is no cap, as the shorty say. I really see your energy, and I appreciate you for even again taking out the time, watching the show, right? And hopefully you are a subscriber and a fan and all that. Whatever you look, we're hiring you. First of all, let me be clear. Profits are way up. Okay, we're gonna talk off mic about that. Random as hell. Before I let you go,
Yeah.
a social media event or social media? Which one?
Say that one more time.
A social event or social media? Which do you
Like you have to
Social
choose
event.
one.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
social event.
Always social
For
event
sure.
for me.
Okay, for
I mean,
sure.
could you imagine how impactful this person is in front of a person? Like
Yeah.
we doing this over the phone, and we already convinced we the greatest.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Right.
I'm 7 feet tall in person, standing at 5'1".
There you go.
I don't play. In
Oh no, you just you gotta go now.
Okay,
You gotta go.
You
gotta go.
Look, I'm 6'6" in my mind. You already know this.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You already
Here we
know
go.
this. This is a cancer thing. This is what we
All right,
do.
all right. Let's let her go be successful and help other people. And we hogging all her time.
Just tell people where they can find you at. What's your socials? I hope everyone's clear about what the social junkie does.
Success junkie.
Yeah, she's
Success junkie.
Olivia
Well,
Popish.
Yeah, so I couldn't be a brand strategist if I didn't say just type success junkie and you're gonna find me. I made sure that my Google page is all Serita Love, and I own the brand. So I look forward to people supporting more of the apparel that's coming out. I'm listening. So some of your audience, they may be familiar, but I get so many requests for all things success junkie. It's coming, y'all. The travel, the hoodies, everything that you're asking for is coming. Thank you for being patient with me. Because that what it is wasn't my original vision. My audience made it that. Don't miss your blessing in what people tell you that they want. A lot of businesses fail because they're trying to give people what they want them to have versus what they're telling you they need.
Please,
that right there is gonna make me one wealthy sister. So shout out to all success junkies, new and old. And so type success junkie, you find me. That's the short of it.
Hey,
And
I'm
thank you
liking-
so much, you guys.
Serita, I'm locking this in. I'm locking this in because I know there's a whole nother part of you that's not just business. I'm locking you in for when we get back to these relationship conversations and the dynamics of the parent. We got to bring you back. We just don't have enough time to do it on one show.
That's gonna be one wild conversation.
But to be 100, like you have an excellent perspective. Like I followed you for a while. You have an excellent perspective, and I think it needs to be heard. But it's definitely gonna have to be another show. Thank you so much. Please shout out to everybody that you that was patient with us to have you, and tell them we said thank you. We can't
Nice
wait
meeting all of you. I look forward to staying in touch.
Pleasure was ours.
So much.
Take care.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Later.
And she's so fucking feminine and ladylike. She's such a fucking lady. Yes, I am. Love in a lady.
All right. And there we go.
That was dope.
Amazing.
You know what's hard every time we do the Women's Month thing, bro? It's like it's hard to tell a woman that's dope and vibing to like stop.
Yeah. Like, I really felt like
bro.
we could have just did the whole show. Like I was like,
I feel you, but like it's just so hard.
Yeah, man.
Pause.
That's hilarious.
What?
Just you can let that ride. It's cool.
yeah.
Man, you know.
It started with lady. It started with lady.
All right, look, shout out to our guest. Shout out to Kende, man, for making that happen, man. Shout out to me for just
that boy 4 for
all
4.
around dope ass individual and knowing a lot of people.
Mr. Wendy's 4 for 4 with this bad boy.
Man,
Know yourself, bro.
No. I'm because y'all niggas don't give me no flowers. I'm patting myself on the back immediately. Okay. Anyway,
definitely not giving me no flower. I did say this is the dopest thing you've ever done. That's a flower.
That's more like
it's a flower.
That's a petal. Like that's the stem. Give me the stem.
What's the flower? That's hot, man.
Hey, look.
Some seeds.
So Dion, you okay, brother? You okay?
Nah, I'm trying to figure out dinner with these fat pigs.
Oh, okay.
I just know I got confidence in my beard game now. It's all good.
Hey, look,
good, man.
See how.
let's
try.
I was like, what?
Y'all some haters, boy.
What?
No, it's a horrible beard. Dion's the only person with a real beard here. Let's just be honest.
You can't. You have a piece of hair here, but you got to get out of this
I
conversation.
said Dion. I didn't say me.
No.
I said Dion.
Your critique is not welcome. It will touch the facial hair, bro.
Talking about if it doesn't qualify.
No, man.
That's funny as hell.
Hold on. Oh my God, that's my fault.
Real quick. How do you guys feel about the NBA trade deadline? Who's the winners? Who are the losers? We're not a sports podcast, but it was something that shit got to be talked about. And I'm still saying, let me start here. I don't even know if I like the move that the Bulls made. Go ahead.
Well, you're not a basketball person, so
I'm a basketball savant, actually. And
You're definitely last in the tournament. You're definitely last place.
Let me answer that by answering why don't you believe that?
I'm not a fan of Vucevic. Okay.
You're not a fan of an all-star that is averaging ridiculous 20. Only 4 people in the league are averaging 24 and 15.
The East is trash. You put the ball up, no one's on his team. He has to hit some shots. Big fucking deal. Whoop de fucking do. He's not a fucking all-star, but he made it. Anyway, carry on.
How you gonna tell him he's not an all-star when he actually is though? Like he's literally been voted in. He was voted in by the niggas who actually hoop and who actually do this. Like,
someone has to shoot the rock. This is what y'all don't understand. Someone has to shoot the rock on a bad team.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because if you're putting up 25, 26, 27 a game on a bad team, are you an all-star or just you don't have any players around you? Someone has to shoot the ball.
Aaron Gordon isn't a good player.
I see what you're saying though, man. But I see what you're saying. But I take it this way. Pause. Playing meaningless basketball like he was in Orlando, you can put numbers up. Now playing meaningful basketball, winning basketball, it's different. Roles change, and you have to fit into the system or a construct where you have to play your skills. You may be good at doing everything, but you have to focus on doing certain things for the better of the team. Vucevic is an all-star. I've liked Vuce for a long time. He can hoop, but I'm always a proponent. I'm a proponent of you have to see how pieces fit. You have to see how pieces fit when they get traded, man. So let's see how he works with the Bulls. But yeah, I'm going with everybody. Powell went to Portland. Some team that needs to make moves. Norman Powell from Toronto went to Portland. Tucker made it to Milwaukee before the trade deadline. There were quite a few moves, man. But the teams that are doing good this year are the teams that have been together for a while because of the shortened offseason moves made. You got teams like Utah, Milwaukee, the Lakers before the injuries. They were doing well because they had been there. They had the cohesiveness. And that makes a big difference. But the NBA, let's just wait till the playoffs to see what happens. See if these
I think the Bulls will make the playoffs now with him. They're only 2 games out. They were into 6th seed about 2 weeks ago. So you're adding an all-star along with a really good center coming over from Boston, and you pretty much wiped out your entire bench full of guard packs.
Which center is really good from Boston?
Tice is how you say it?
Tice is not really good. He's not really good, but he's
decent though.
He's a good
really
player.
good as a stretch.
Better than Gafford.
Dion, you cover the Bulls. You have been.
I know, that's what I'm
10,
saying.
15 years. No. I'm asking this. I have a question.
Actually, 20.
20. Excuse me. No disrespect. I'm not Mr. Stats. I just wanted to ask, where does he fit in the lineup? Right?
Who's that?
With Vucevic. Vucevic, marketing.
The starting center. What do you mean?
He's a starting. All right. So
talk to me.
He's a stretch center. All right.
Isn't that what marketing is?
Marketing is not a center.
He's a 4. He's
a power forward that only every game that I've been to since he's been in the league, all he works on is his shot.
Yeah,
he
he's a jump
actually
shooter.
tried to go in the post. He would be a much better player. But covering the Bulls and seeing it from Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler, to Jamal Crawford teams, to the Derrick Rose teams, to the now teams, this organization that they have right now is clearly trying to rid themselves of everything, everybody.
From the past?
Guard packs. Like,
okay.
They got rid of, I believe, 5 players over the trade deadline. If Kobe White does not do something beneficial that they see fit, he'll be gone too. People got to believe, Zach is an all-star, but if you come in as a GM or a director of operations, what do you want to do? Do you want to work with pieces that other people brought in, or do you want to bring everything in that you bring? And that's how
any business.
My vision, my team. I get it.
Exactly. So that's what I think they're going towards. Vucevic is a really good player. He has more rebounds by himself than the top 2 Bulls rebounders, and he has more threes. I think he's about 10 threes away from Zach LaVine, who's on a career year for that. So I'm looking forward to tonight's game against the Spurs, as well as to see if the Bulls can make the playoffs.
He has to hate that trade, dog.
With Wendell Carter, bro. You get your car carjacked, then you get traded. The city really telling you get the fuck out.
I sent y'all the
text. Was a hit.
He can't even do that right.
Oh wait, that was you that sent the text. I thought it was Mosey.
No, I sent the text. I was like, I said, bro, this dude can't even get freaking carjacked right. I can't wait till they trade him tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, I knew that was you. I did not know he was. I did not know he was getting traded.
Yeah.
All right. So
terrible.
I guess we'll see what happens, man. I'm waiting for a good guard. I don't. First of all, I'm glad Otto Porter's the fuck out of here. Okay.
He was robbing the Bulls.
First of all, your name shouldn't be Otto. I don't know who named you. We can start there. That shit is dumb. Okay. Get all the way the fuck out of here. There are plenty guards.
You're the most judgmental person I've ever met. Like you pick random things that have nothing to do with nothing to judge the hell out of somebody on.
Hey, how can you judge a name Otto, fam? I don't judge you McKinday. I think that shit is dark and powerful. So I judge you in a good way.
First person named Otto is what I'm saying. Like there's probably some history behind that
shit. Name. What are you talking about? Otto. Fuck out of here, man.
Like I tell everybody, man, about that Planet Fitness commercial, they say this is a judgment-free zone. I say that shit does not exist anywhere on earth. It's a judgment zone everywhere. Everybody's judging everybody.
That's real.
All the time.
That's real. That's facts.
So I don't want to spend too much time on this next quick hit. But the space that we're in, I think we need to talk about it because there's a spin to it. Joe Budden and his team, right? They're falling out.
Get your nuts out the screen, bro.
Hey, man, stop focusing on my legs, man. Relax, man. Hey, man, calm down.
That boy too comfortable.
Come on, man.
So yeah.
My bad, dog. My bad, man.
Yeah, you.
Bad, man.
Oh shit, that boy funny as hell. Hey, look, no. So Joe Budden and them, they're having some issues, right? Whatever the case may be. My first thought was, I don't give a fuck about them. That's their business, right? But there was something to be learned in that. And again, we don't know all the inner workings.
So give us the hits, because I only know that there's a drama. I don't really know what's going on.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, so Maul and Rory have left the show. They haven't been there for the last 3 shows. Right. Joe Budden went on, filled their slots, whatever, and was very candid, all right, and pretty open, right? And again, I don't even want to speak on these brothers. I don't know them. I think what they do is amazing, right? They were definitely inspiration to me, and I feel like we are the next. You know what I mean? Like,
did you listen to the episode where he explained it?
Okay. I did. Some of the things that he talked about was being in his position.
What did he say was the actual issue, though? Basically, they never really said, right?
In layman's terms, he said they came in it as friends, straight up friends.
And that was one segment. That's not the whole shit, though.
Okay. Yeah, friendship. Now, once they got famous or once it got big, they felt that their show started to overtake their friendship to the point where Joe would just be like, hey, like, we not even friends no more. And Rory was like, who said we friends? Something like in that realm, to where Joe was like, what the fuck is he talking about? To the point where now during the show, when they talk, they could feel the tension and everything. And then I guess it just boiled over because Joe had asked Rory, well, why don't you take some time off? And then Maul was like, who the hell are you to tell him to take time off? And then that's when Joe Budden kind of...
You know what? That's funny it happens like that, man, because I watched the podcast for a few years. I haven't seen it in a while, but I thought it was definitely the dopest podcast I had seen and listened to outside of ours. Okay. And I thought their chemistry was genuine. It looked genuine. It felt genuine. And to see them going through this, it just tells you, man, you know, that sometimes real friends can have a beef. Or it can also give you this message that You may think you're friends and may not be friends until things like this, business and success comes and exposes what you thought was a friendship, and it may not be. So I'm just really, I'm hoping for their fans' sake and for their sake, man, they got something good, that they get it together. They fans like the product they bring. So get these fans the pleasure of watching them again. But if y'all don't want to watch them, guess what? The Corner Combo Podcast is here, and we're bringing all that shit for y'all. Period.
That was some super.
Pull up. No, like real shit. Like here's
super cloud chase, man. Come on, man.
I think that Joe made some valid points. His position is different. What I took from that was value. He used the word value, and he said that I think either Rory may have said, "Well, you're basically devaluing me, right? You don't. This shit is. I brought X, Y, and Z to the table as well, right? Even though it's the Joe Budden and Rory Amal, right? So what I took from that and what I think can be learned from it is like it happens, right? There are a lot of shit that happens with us, right? Communication.
Plenty. It's communication.
Communication, right? And there's a quote I kind of want to read and just move on because this isn't Joe Budden fucking talk radio. The clearest sign of intellectual chemistry isn't agreeing with someone. It's enjoying your disagreements with them. Harmony is the pleasing arrangement of different tones, voices, or instruments, not the combination of identical sounds. So to me, what that means is
somebody's at like HBCU band.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the fuck did you get that?
I'm putting y'all on, man.
No, just say it's clear, but you and your protector versus us.
Yeah,
say that.
What are you talking about, man?
What the fuck is that?
That shit's trash. Keep that to yourself.
What did protection come in at?
I was saying he could have just said us versus y'all. Anything. That bullshit he just read could have stayed in his pocket. Or that T-shirt.
I personally didn't get to weigh in on the Joe Budden, and funny you say that.
My bad.
But Joe Budden was at the promontory.
Hello.
Go ahead, man. I apologize.
Y'all super real shit though. No, but super real shit though. Budden, I don't know nothing about this Maul Roy shit. Obviously, we don't know them, like you said.
Right.
And I agree with all y'all. I think that's one of the dopest podcasts out. I hope that whatever happens gets repaired because I like their dynamic, man. It's a solid podcast. It looks like homies. I get that business and friendship can be challenging, but I feel like they did a good job at it, and I feel like it was still very, very, very authentic. So I do, just as a fan, hope that they get their shit together. But I'm gonna say this about Budden, bro. He is one of the most non-confrontational in terms of his professional shit. I don't know about the podcast thing, but like he's non-confrontational. He's super simple, bro. He does not require. He's not one of them dainty type of dudes. Like, well, you have to have this, or I'm not doing that. Like he is, bro. He basically is the type of cat that'd be like, bro, I don't care who's here. Like it could be 5 people, and he's gonna do the same show, bro. Like he was one of the easiest persons I've ever had to work with, and I appreciate that about somebody who has that kind of professional stature. That if you can put yourself to the level of, man, I'm nobody, even though you know you are more than nobody. So I don't know what the beef is, and I'm not gonna speak on that shit because I don't like when people do that shit when it's according to us or anybody else.
Facts.
But Budden is a solid dude in terms of regular character, and just having had that experience to meet him briefly and work with him, I think that whatever it is, if it can be worked out, I think he's open to it. That's just my only 2 cents.
All right. That's what's up, man. Thank y'all for that hate. You know what I mean? Y'all will get the message later. Don't worry about it.
You was reading the whole fucking drumline speech, like only one song.
Best read he can do.
One band, one song.
Drumline, bro.
One band, one song.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say, bro.
All right, man.
You about to have a slow tear go down on one side.
All right, one band, one sound, man. Shout out to Matt Mahone. Signs a HBCU deal. So his foundation are doing a multi-year commitment to create postseason bowl games for HBCU draft prospects. I don't know if y'all heard about that. So way to use that. What do you get? A Billy? Almost a Billy. What do you get? Way to put that to work.
I didn't hear about that though. That's pretty cool.
Shout out to Killer Mike. You know, we had talked about this episode to go. He raised $40 million. Okay. To invest in his bank. We're talking Bank of America is an investor, JP Chase Morgan, MasterCard, Wells Fargo, PNC, Banco Popular, list goes on and on, right? Shout out to that black man for doing that and his team. What else do I have? Shout out to Justin Heron. You heard of him?
No. The name sounds familiar.
He's a Patriot. He's a Patriot. He's a wide receiver for the Patriots. He actually stopped a 71-year-old woman from being sexually assaulted. Shout out to him. Man. Way to go, King. Don't let them take.
That's real protection right there. That's what we need.
That's real. Now in Inglewood, there's a South Side development where they're calling it the Incubator, and they're basically putting shops, all of the creators, right, all in one space, and having everyone come through and shop, like just almost like on some Black Wall Street shit.
Talking about Boxville.
Well, okay, so the guy that's actually running it is this dude named Chef David Blackman. I don't know if you heard of him.
Oh, you said Incubator. My bad.
Yeah. So I mean that should be happening hopefully in the next year. They've already gotten funded. A lot of investors on that. Thought that was dope. I haven't listened to Pop Smoke's music, but he broke Eminem's record.
I don't even know how, bro.
He broke Eminem's record.
Wait, which record? Which record?
No, the album. Breaks Eminem's record for most
number one
on the Billboard Awards. Yeah, I mean Billboard chart. Excuse me.
I thought Lil Nas X had that record.
That was a single. Album.
Album.
Yeah, album. So I mean, that shows you how much. To me, when I make jokes about mine's East Coast bias, this shows you how much the New York machine is influential and what goes on in these types of things, man. Because I'm not hating on Pop Smoke, but he's nothing we haven't heard before. His music doesn't really move you. Me, I can't say what it does for you guys. It doesn't really move me. He's not a lyrical genius or a beast. He makes catchy tunes, but his fans obviously appreciate him. The same way that DC Comics fans got the Snyder version of Justice League released after just beating on the door and the wall for so long. Pop Smoke fans got him at number one, breaking Eminem's record, and that had to be a difficult thing to do because people love Eminem.
I mean, it always takes me back to nobody to somebody. I mean, Biggie said it. I'm just saying. You got to think about it. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. These are the hard fucking conversations to have. Whatever, no disrespect. I'm just saying that has to be part of it.
What you just said.
Also, shout out to Issa Rae. She inked a 5-year, multi-million-dollar deal. All right, to write, create, produce her own shows over 5 years. Shout out to you, sister.
Just in general, or for like a HBO or anybody?
The deal was with Warner Media, so how she gets it popping. That's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love Insecure, so I watched the hell out of Insecure. I did.
And last but not least, I know we talked about the reparations, Evanston being the first, so they're using tax money, right? The taxes on weed, and I think they're doing like $25,000 per family.
$25,000 per family, just towards a
housing. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
or fixing it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stipulations with it, and it's only a $400,000 goal right now, which means that there's only a certain amount of families that can get it, and specifically you have to have lived in Evanston during a certain period of time. So it's not like if you live there now, then that it matters.
Yeah, but it's not like STEMI, huh?
But I will say it's definitely not a STEM. Definitely not a STEM. But I will say, so they're getting criticism for that. They're getting criticism for the fact that like. It's actually a drop in a bucket. I mean, like baby drop. Like you've never seen any initiative that doesn't end in a mill something. This is a $400,000. This isn't even $500,000, bro. This is at most possible. You also have to account for how racist Evanston was in housing, right? Like
ad nauseum.
So there's probably there's a part of Evanston that's super hood, but the part that this qualifies for homeowners, not apartment dwellers. So if your grandma lived in an apartment and everything, that don't matter. You have to have owned some shit. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm gonna just give them proper credit for this. They've started the conversation, bro. Yep. They've started the conversation. And by starting it and by getting it going, everybody else is gonna have to say why they won't do the same. So it will spread, and it will grow bigger. And and the sister that did it, I forget her name, but she's the alderman in that area. She actually already mentioned that this was the first step, that we knew we needed to get this done. This is what we could get done, but we already have shit in the pipeline to move it to a $20 million program, right? But yeah, it's definitely, you can't imagine that America actually is finally at the place to do reparations in whatever form.
I get it.
The fact that somebody's saying let's do it is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, can I ask y'all one question?
as long as it's the last question, man, because goddamn it, the sun is about to go down. I got shit to do.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. I thought this was. I'm not even gonna ask the question. Wyoming has to be a fucked up state. They just had their first black sheriff in 131 years as a history.
Why is he there anyway?
Exactly.
Leave Wyoming to Kanye. Leave Wyoming to Kanye, bro.
Man,
have you ever driven through Wyoming, bro? It's like staring at an illusion the entire time. You look at the same set of mountains and it don't change for 19 hours, bro. It's the worst drive I've ever had in my life.
I got one better for you, man. Boston gets its first female mayor, Miss Kim Janey. So shout out to you, Queen.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, you know, and whoa, okay. But that wraps up, you know, this week's excellence. And we're moving on. We're moving on.
I like that though. You didn't do the Kevin, you just said whoa, but you acknowledged it.
Whoa.
Acknowledged that shit. It's real big.
Dion, I kind of want you to not even introduce it, but just talk about it. Lil Mama lobbies for heterosexual rights. This is, I don't know if this is a big thing, but I hope this is a conversation thing on the corner.
You don't know if this is a big thing, but if I say that's big, then it's lit. You don't know if this is a big thing.
He booked himself. He did.
Yeah. You don't know if this is a big thing. Come on, man. That's why this game is stupid. But go ahead.
I believe. I hope it becomes that way because she basically was called out. I don't even know what she said, but it was a trans phobic comment she said, and she wants to come out with some semblance of like a heterosexual. What did I say in the show run?
A heterosexual
heterosexual rights.
For heterosexual rights.
Yeah, lobby for heterosexual
ridiculous.
Rights. Why is it ridiculous? Since
no. Finish what you're saying. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I'm not gonna say it, and you're more entitled to say it's ridiculous. I guess it's not ridiculous to me because I feel like there are some people in certain groups that kind of, I don't want to use the term bully or that word, but they kind of go hard on people when they might say something that about 5 years ago wasn't even thought of as a big situation, where it was this, you know what I'm saying, a saying now that is like, oh my God, where you could watch something 5 years ago and be like, oh, okay, and it keeps moving through.
I 100% agree with you on the super sensitivity that is currently.
And that's all I'm talking about is a super sensitivity.
Yeah. It's a super sensitivity, bro. I'm in Miami, bro. We went to a UFC fight last night. I am telling you that every dude that moved around, every dude in Miami is gay. Like, I'm just telling you that. Like, you saw because I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach. Yeah, I'm on the beach. There's a lot of people close proximity. I got my earpods in. I don't know if they hear. What I'm saying is, like, bro, it's such an interesting, because I'm here with my sister. So my sister's like, oh, that guy's attractive. That guy's attractive. But I'm like, really?
You don't want you, sis. You don't want you though.
I'm like, but the reason why I'm saying that heterosexual rights are not a thing is that the framing of rights come from the fact that you have to fight for them. And so if you are not the person who drew up the original rules, even if they're non-written, societal rules, if you're not that person, if you're not in the majority, then the idea of fighting for your rights means that you have to actually fight to get some recognition. Nobody who's heterosexual in America anyway, I don't know about the world, had to do that until now. So I think that the idea that it was heterosexual rights, I don't like the term heterosexual rights. I will say
I can see that
I do think that there's a definite space to be able to be proud of being heterosexual. Yes. I definitely agree with the idea that, like,
pride.
I should be able to be proud of the fact that I like women as a man, and I like to be referred as to a male, right? Like I think that that's a real thing, and I think that that's what she might have been trying to do.
Women for men, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
I think that shit is so fucking trivial, bro. Like it's corny. It's corny as fuck. Like at the end of the day, like people, as you said, Dion, people are super sensitive, hypersensitive about everything, right? That's the age that we're in. It just is what the fuck it is. But to try to combat that and say, oh well, fuck it, I'm going to start heterosexual rights.
I wouldn't say it's trivial, but mine. Look at this. Could we say when we was at Divine, when we used to say, man, that nigga gay as hell? Can we say that now without motherfuckers looking at us crazy?
Are you asking me? I'm gonna say what
I'm asking you. No, I'm going to say I know you're gonna say what you want to say, but right now in these days, McKinday, Mon, or Abasi, could you say, man, that nigga gay as hell because or whatever?
No. I mean, I had to look over my shoulder.
You can say it, right? You can say it. It comes with some backlash, but you can definitely say it.
Did it come with backlash 5 years ago?
No. You can say it in personal space. You can't say it in a public format.
No, you're not gonna tell me what I can say and what I can't say.
You know what though?
It comes with something. That's all I'm saying.
Because we could say it 5 years ago and there was no backlash doesn't mean it was right anyway back then. Well, because when you want to use a certain culture as an insult to insult someone else, not their culture, bro, that's just stupid. That's how I go hard. I go hard. Pause. Oh, the R word. People use retarded as an insult, and that's an entire y'all fucking morons, bro. That's an entire culture that's constantly dismissed.
I don't have
that they aren't even real people. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are, man.
I don't like that. Why am I a moron
now? No.
That's the word moron mean.
Hold on,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, let him finish. But I hear what you're saying, though, D. I do hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I agree with him on that though. That's like what you identify as, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's the messenger that makes the difference. And I'm not sure what's all the noise?
Hey man, tell them people to shut the fuck up, man. You on the #1 podcast in Chicago, man.
You hear people?
Yes.
I hear people.
It was anyway, like I was saying, bro. The messenger actually counts sometimes. And in this case, I don't know how serious people take Lil Mama. So I'm not sure if the message goes over right. But what she said was, I sent you guys the link. What she said was actually was at a dance, like America's Got Talent or one of these dance competitions. She's a judge on, and she told a transgender woman that, hey, if you are a man becoming a woman, you have to act like a lady all the time. Be a lady. And that community went bananas on her. Like she said something super duper insulting. And I'm like, well, to me, it didn't sound bad, but I'm not in that community, and I don't know everything that they find offensive. So I had to kind of shut up about that. But Dion said certain groups of people get offended easily. I think I would break it down to instances. There are certain instances where, as you guys are speaking on, where you say something that's really basic as shit, but because people don't agree with it, they get turned up about it. They get too turned about that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's got to change, because it should never be a bad opinion to have if you are offending someone. It should never be a time in our life where it's bad to have a fucking opinion. We all have opinions, you know, as long as you ain't shaming somebody, victimizing somebody, or verbally aggressing somebody. So you shouldn't have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Nice view in the background.
That's a real thing, man.
This motherfucker showing off back there, boy.
This is my cue to wrap this shit the fuck up.
Hey, LaMarcus Aldridge just signed with the Nets, bro.
Oh wow.
Come on.
No, I gotta shout out my we in women's month, and these three right here, she ducking. Look, Yinka ducking. Hold on, Yinka ducking behind all the seats and shit. But these are some of the dopest women.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted to just have Naima come on, man, and chop it up with her.
Nah, man. Nah. We're gonna do that in a different space, bro.
Okay. What up, sis?
Yeah, they happy. They just got here. Go ahead. I'm gonna continue with fun.
Right.
So again, I don't think Lil Mama really validates anything. Maybe it's a conversation to be had. You know what I mean? She's also the same goofy that jumped on stage and did some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
Like who is Lil Mama? Like, I ain't trying to be no hater, bro, but who is Lil Mama in real context, bro? Like, are you just? And I mean, we gotta ask this question. Like, is it possible that you are just trying? Oh boy, Jackson Bro had a whole situation that was publicized across the world, and then his response was to bring his wife on in a bonnet. What black woman do you know would know that she's about to do a national broadcast response in a bonnet? And then in the second line, well, this chapter is in our book. Come on, man. Like,
Again,
I can't say that.
I'm not giving that nigga no shine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not at all.
For me, he
free
is.
Derek Jackson, free him, goddammit. It's called Pimpin' 101, and he pimp.
Hey, look, that nigga is Steve Harvey, man. You know what I'm saying? When Steve Harvey dropped that book, you know what I mean? That nigga was trash for that shit too.
Yeah,
Think like a woman,
I ain't gonna
act
say
like a man.
trash for
Shit.
it. I ain't gonna say trash. I'm saying the approach that you make it notice to the world. That's what I don't like. I don't like so with the Lil Mama situation, I don't like that nobody's thought about you for the last 17 years, and now all of a sudden you want to be on the top of the meat. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't. In her case, though, bro. I'm sorry, Armando.
No, go ahead.
In her case, it wasn't. I don't think she was like looking for attention. I think she had to go the most publicized route to deal with the backlash from that community. That community is strong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she was trying to get shine or clout. Well, who knows? I don't know, but I don't think she's trying to get clout or shine. I just think she took to the public forum like everybody does nowadays to say, "Hey, man, if y'all gonna get on my case for saying that, then fucking we need some rights." It was just a bad way to go about that shit, though. So I'm with you on that.
Agree. I don't want to turn the conversation where we start women hating, because this isn't that.
It's not women hating at all.
No. I know. I'm just saying, because it can turn. It can turn quick.
It will.
Let's all address this, right? We're ending Women's Month, right? Can you give us either one, whoever wants to jump in, right? What's the synopsis of a good woman in today's society as a whole? How do you define that? How do you classify a good woman?
Can't really. That's going to be so specific to
each
individual, bro.
I think that's what I want.
A good woman.
Yeah, the point is
what I want.
A good woman.
That's what I want.
Yeah, obviously. Who wants a bad woman? Come on.
No. He's saying that's going to be very specific to each individual. I said that's.
But he said a good woman. I'm saying, of course.
Yeah.
What's good to me might not be good to somebody else. So I mean, I don't know.
He said, "What's good to you, bro?"
That's what I'm asking. Give me what is good to a bossy.
That is fucked up, bro. That's terrible.
Wait a minute.
I'm flipping.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Book him. My bad.
Yeah, bro. I think that question is ass, but I'll go anyway. But I think I do. Bro, so y'all go, bro. I'm really nothing for that. That's just.
All right. So I'm gonna make mine.
He read it totally different than what he said.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you what my good woman looks like, right? I think for me, a good woman, right, is probably someone that reminds you of your mother in the sense of
How did you go there with that though? All I said was your synopsis on the Women's Month. That's it.
Women in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was actually saying something.
Oh, I just you changed the entire question.
Yeah, but I was actually saying something. You didn't hear me?
Okay.
All right, Scuba Snacks.
Hurry up, Kimmy trying to go play, man. He's trying to go play in the water, man.
So
yeah, it's a UFC tonight, man.
In my opinion, okay, from the question that I asked, clearly I fucked up the show run.
As usual.
Yeah, that's fine. It's my show. Joe Budden. I'm a Joe Budden. I'm Joe.
Who's Rory?
Right, like
so no, like I think
there's only
that
one white boy on this show. I'm sure.
Hey, y'all got me rolling, man.
Charlamagne.
I don't know, bro. I think
Charlamagne.
I think that a good woman, man, what it looks like for me, it definitely had to be someone that reminded me of my mom's, right? In the sense of morals, standing on high ground. Just there's certain qualities about a woman that you must have, right? That's just for me. I need you to be funny. I need you to be sexy. I need you to fucking put me in my place, even though I don't want to hear that shit.
I want to date your mom.
No, you fucking nasty dirtbag.
I'm not being nasty. You said, "Oh, someone reminds me of my mom." That's what you said.
That's for me. That's for me.
Okay. You want to date your mom? Got it.
Okay. Well, when you spend time with your mom, okay, you grow to like certain things about your parents, right? I'm just saying for me, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Oh, let me go find someone that's just like mom. No, I'm saying there's certain things, there's certain characteristics that a woman should have.
Of a question
whatever. All right, whatever.
Like,
what is this question? This question. The
man.
question was asked. All right, I tried to spice it up, so fuck it.
Your spice sucked. You had some bland spice.
Yeah, no more cooking.
Okay.
All right,
no more that Aldi spice. Stay with Mariano.
And you know what? Hey, you know what? I'm so stupid, right? That shit says outside of your mom's. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. That's exactly what he was saying the whole time. Like he clearly didn't.
All I was trying to say.
Specifically, not your mom.
I mean, hey man, what you want me to do, man? I love my mama. So
I want you to tell me the question so I can go back.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna read it verbatim. All right. As we close out Women's Month, give us a synopsis of what women mean to you, society, and the future as a whole. Quotations outside of moms. Looking for more literal answers in this topic.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I think that in a basic, simple way, women obviously mean life. Like there is no life without women, right? So like we can throw out all the other shit because they are the ones who, until Dr. Coochie, as you call him, decides to come up with some kind of shit that will allow you to have a baby. And most men are going to get the vaccine against that shit if that ever happens. So
facts.
So let's just make it really clear. There is no life without women. Secondly, what they mean to society, and of course, it's not to say that men don't play a role. What I'm saying is that women are the most necessary function. As far as what they mean to society, man, to be honest, bro, like you said, like you were trying to say, honestly, it's the one person, like if I tell you or mine, hey, bro, I don't think you should do this, that, and the other. Depending on what it is, you may or may not listen to me, right? If we're talking about sports, we're talking about business or whatever, you might honor my opinion, right? But when it comes to like your actual personal choices for you, like, man, baby, I'm not sure if I should, invest in this, that, you're gonna want the woman's opinion in that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna want someone, like you said, that's gonna kind of give you the truth. Right. And you know that when you receive that from a female or a woman, don't
worry about it. I got you.
You know that when you receive that from a woman, that you're gonna feel more invested, or you're gonna feel like she's more invested, right? If you just ask me, I'm just your homie. I could just be saying what I think off the top of my head, right? So there's that. I think that women offer, as you said, men a real sounding board, real opportunity to understand, like, yo, you need to think about it this way. And I can't tell you how a woman's going to see it or how a woman might think about it, right? And at the end of the question, what are they for the future? I mean, it's hard for me to answer that without saying the same thing as the first part. Like, until Poochie Lord come up with whatever that is, bro. Like there is no future without women. So that part of the question, I don't really know how to answer.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? I think in response to the question, women, to me, for the future, they lead to a more balanced future, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They're the ultimate teammate. For the heterosexual male, I think they're the ultimate teammate. Period. If you want to gauge how the world is progressing, look at the progress of women. That's how important they are. Because for the longest, women have been treated a certain way, and it's not been the greatest. So, but you also have to be careful when doing it, because you don't the pendulum to swing so far in one way that you have the same complaints that women have now. You have it coming from men. But women are their strength, man. When I see perseverance. I think about perseverance, I think about women. When I think about strength, I think about women. When I think about having to multitask, I think about women, man. I think about so many adjectives and not too many negatives. I think about women, you know what I'm saying? I don't really operate in the emotional paradigm of things, so I don't really think about that at all.
Emotional paradigm. I'm gonna give you 15 for the combo.
You need some help, bro. But yeah, man, I just see, when you look at women, I just see progress, bro. I see progress. And that's really it, man. It's a lot. That's not enough. That's all I can say for oneself.
Fat Boy Fresh.
Oh, this boy smoking wings, and I don't mean cooking them. I mean he literally put it to his mouth like it was a joint. Like,
no, I've said this before. I think this is probably the first one of the episodes where McKinley cussed me out because he wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying. But I appreciate Women's Month and having all these things that we do for women, and they are necessary. I did mention a Kanye verse to you guys, but I didn't send you the entire verse. Let me hit it raw, like fuck the outcome. None of us will be here without cum. Let that sit with you, okay?
Nope.
Not saying
that shit is trash, bro.
It's a verse. That's bars. He used two different words that are the same.
No, it's a great lyric, but you saying it now doesn't make it better nor relevant.
I think the timing was trash, but
that's where we're at, Amon, because you flip and flop. You say, no, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and then you say, well, the timing was trash because in this time and age, everybody's paying attention to what you're saying.
That means I learned from my mistake. Hello, dummy.
What do you mean? Wow, to the fact of editing.